Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is the Jamaican Divinatrix, aka Pito, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. So today I am going to be doing a lit tarot reading for you guys. Well, more like oracle cards. In any case, I'm going to be doing a reading for you guys because it has been absolute ages since I've last came on here and really did a reading for you guys. Now, this is going to be that first time that I've ever done it in this format. Like before, when I did readings, I basically just filmed the cards. Like sat outside, filmed the cards. But this is a brand new setup and I am super excited to see how well this works. This is going to be like a transition for me because, like I said, being behind the camera and just doing the readings is one thing, but being in front of it where you're seeing me dead and center, I am nervous as shit. But without those things aside, you know, those things aside, I'm absolutely thrilled to be here right now and just excited to see what comes out for you guys, because not only is this something for you to really get that helping hand or that, you know, that comforting word that some of you may have been lacking and really desirous of, but also this is for me to actually express myself more, because girl, boy, look at me right now, okay? Vibes and everything ready, okay? So if you guys are, you know, into all of that, you know, pumped just as I am, then stay tuned. All right guys, so today this reading is going to be a what do you need to hear right now reading. That's right, what do you need to hear right now. So this is going to be a timeless reading, but depending on when you whenever you stumble across this video, that's where it's gonna really be hitting for you. So with that said, there are three piles. um there are three piles. Today I'm gonna be using my affirmators love and relationships deck. I absolutely love this deck, so this is what I'm going to be using for all the piles. I'm going to show you the options just a bit. So with that said, take a deep breath and let your intuition be your guide. Now before we start a reading, I like to have a little bit of clarity, okay? Just clear out all the energies so that you guys are able to choose the appropriate piles. Now you may be drawn to more than one pile. That's totally fine, sweetheart. Let your intuition be the guide, okay? So let me do this one more time. I like the sound of this. Oh my goodness. Okay, a third time. All right guys, so these are the three piles. Pile 1 is the blue card, also labeled as expression. Pile 2 is the green card, labeled as compassion. And pile 3 is the sexual energy card, also the orange card. So you could pause the video right here and select your pile. Everyone, welcome to your reading. Now if you chose this blue card, also labeled as expression, then this is, like I said, your reading. All right, so this is actually a part of a series, a card series, well, a deck that is basically geared towards the 7 chakras. Now, the mere fact that you guys chose this color, particularly blue, is connected to your throat chakra. So some of you may be having some issues, not just vocalizing things, but also basically giving attention to thoughts or any sort of feelings that you may be experiencing as of late. It's like trying to put words to what you're feeling. It's not enough to just be experiencing them. I know sometimes as readers we tend to do that, like tell you not to, you know, we tell you not to rationalize your feelings. Is that is intent in shoot, I can't even remember what the word is, but basically we try to tell you to give more to experiencing rather than putting a solid thought to it. But there comes a time where things actually need to be processed or labeled in a sort of way that allows for you to have clarity. So it's like, yes, you experienced it, and yes, you've gone through whatever emotions that is required of, and that's great. But now comes a part of processing, like putting words to thoughts, or putting words to actions or experiences, like giving them meaning. It's one part to experience, but then when you are actually able to not just internalize, but you're able to apply these things, these experiences in such a way where they no longer come as knowledge, but they become like wisdom. That's concerning thoughts. Okay, so it's all about the expression. Like, how do you want to express it? When you figured out that, then you're able to actually put words to the experiences, which then allow for you to again move from a place of having knowledge to being wise or having wisdom, if that makes sense, at all. Like, oh, okay. So before I dive off into what the affirmators deck has to say about this, like to further expound on the expression card, let's go ahead and clear out this energy. Spirits of the highest truth and compassion, as well as ancestors of pile 1, I call upon you at this time to help bring forth the message that you have for pile 1 in this reading. Nothing of ill will, ill thought is welcomed here. Anything that is not of pile 1's higher good is not welcome. You can find the door. Okay, find the door. All right, let's go. So, full disclosure, I'm not the world's like best shuffler. So if you see me shuffling on camera, it's a process, okay? So bear with me. So spirits of the highest and compassionate call first time. What is the message from affirmators that you have for pile 1? So you guys are lucky. You got 2 cards. So we have maturity and wait and see. These 2 cards came out for you guys, pile 1. So I'm going to read both of them for you. So wait and see. Thoughts love to wander into assumptions and race ahead to the future. Thoughts. Okay, but what if you told them to cool their jets and chill a sec? Today you get to put your mental chatter on pause, to take a breath and simply wait and see how things play out before you let your mind run a marathon of imagined scenarios. Wait, and you'll see that waiting and seeing was a lot more productive than wandering and worrying. Insert audible sigh of relief here. Next card, we have maturity. I make peace with the tough relationships of my past. I probably would have skipped the pain they came with, but I'm grateful for the lessons they brought me. Because of those tough relationships, I can look back at the mosaic of my life and see value in even the most broken pieces. Internet stop my exes. Hashtag I really dodged a bullet. Okay, so these 2 cards tie in so great with so wonderfully with the expression card right here, because like I said, pile 1, you guys are having issues with expression or just using up your throat chakra, like putting thoughts to experiences so that you can, I hate to say it, but compartmentalize it so that it moves from a place of just having all this jumbled knowledge to wisdom that can be applied to your everyday life or your regular life moving forward. That way you can actually feel a lot more secure in yourself. Because again, with the throat chakra, it's not just a case where you're vocalizing things, but it's also how you want to, process these things mentally. So like I said earlier, even though as readers we tell you guys not to, here we go again. We're trying to remember the damn word. What is it? We tell people to feel their emotions, rather try to intellectualize it. Yes, that's it. We tell people to feel the emotions rather to intellectualize it. But then after you've experienced it, there comes a part where we need to put words, like understand it, like make it audible. Sometimes when it comes on to the closure aspect, or closing out a cycle, or closing out an experience after you've been through it, it helps when you're able to express it. Like when you talk about things, that's why people, therapists, you normally say it's good to talk about what kind of traumas or what kind of experiences you've had, because it helps to provide that closure. Even if it's a case where you want, like, let's say something happened between you and a person, right? You would like to have that ability to talk to that person so that you would be able to get that sort of closure, but sometimes that's not available to us, pile one, and because of that it can leave us really stuck in like the past. And I like the maturity card being here because it says I make peace with the tough relationships of my past, right? So you could have experienced some really hard to digest truths, right? Like coming to terms or coming to reality, coming to that point of realization that a person is a particular way instead of this fantasy based, and sometimes not even fantasy based, but this expectation that you placed on this person to be a particular way, but then they show you that they are otherwise, they're not that. And because of that, it's kind of heartbreaking, it's heart-wrenching, it does a lot to you. And sometimes these experiences really keep you stuck in a particular place. But then, like I said, when you have basically giving yourself that time to really just breathe, like just sit and let everything wash over you. Don't try to run away and try to process these things way before you even allow yourself to feel it. Like, give yourself that time, pile one, to feel whatever it is, so that the expressions form themselves instead of you trying to apply words prematurely to what you're feeling. Because sometimes if you haven't sat with your feelings or sat with certain things, how you perceive them, especially when you're wrapped so tightly in certain emotions, it can distort it. Okay, so sometimes you are really really caught up with something, like something bad, like, let me not say something bad, but something that caught you off guard, and because of that you could have feelings of confusion, anger, maybe even, you know feeling inferior, or feeling like you lack value in some sort of way. When you're caught up in those feelings, you are very quick to go off of, like, fly off the handle with certain assumptions. Like, it's the most vulnerable time a person can be at. Like, like something happened and it's fresh, and you just your mind just starts wandering. It's very easy to start forming all these negative thoughts, or have these different sort of assumptions about the situation, even about yourself, which can do more damage. All right, sorry, pile one. Your reading got interrupted a while ago, so where was I? What was I saying to pile one? Oh, basically, I was explaining to you guys. Sometimes when things just happen, like recently, like freshly just happened to you, is like the worst time, the worst possible time to allow your thoughts to kind of just run away with you, because that's when you're going to start thinking the wildest of things to sort of try to, like, make sense of what happened, and usually the initial thoughts are fear-based. They're things that stem from our insecurities, or the things that we feel like we're lacking in, or it just it comes from a negative place, from a dark place. The initial thoughts, it's like they have the ability to crush you so easily and quickly if you allow them to, and I feel like with the maturity card being here for expression, it's like sometimes before you're able to get the full understanding of what took place, it takes some maturing, meaning allowing the situation to mature, or letting time pass before you start trying to rationalize or understand what took place, so that you don't necessarily start to put thoughts based off of reactivity. So you don't want to give way to thoughts coming out of a place of you being reactive to whatever happened to you. You want it to come from a level-headedness and that usually just that typically comes after some time has passed, you know. So giving that, and then wait and see right here, like I said, just giving yourself an opportunity to think after you've allowed yourself to experience it, not think as soon as you have it. You know, you're not going to get the full dose of understanding, or it's just going to be jumbled knowledge. It's not going to be wisdom. It needs to sit with you for some time before it becomes applicable, if that makes sense. So yeah, maturity and wait and see, I feel like it's just basically saying, what do you need to hear right now? That some things have happened recently, or things even from the distant past, but they're coming up now, because I don't remember what planetary transits. I think at the time of this reading, there would have been a moon in Sagittarius, full moon in Sagittarius. Don't quote me on that. All right, but I do feel like with a couple of the planetary transits, there's a lot of, oh wait, something with Saturn retrograde. That's it. I was trying to remember. Saturn retrograde. That's it. So with that said, pile one, things from the past are coming up to see what you've basically taken from them as like lessons, right? So if you're feeling triggered at this time, which you probably are, this is just saying allow yourself to feel what you need to feel, and then when the time comes, and you'll know, there's gonna be you're gonna be able to reassess or approach again whatever took place from a place of clarity and level-headedness rather than impulsivity, right? So this is what you need to hear right now, is just sit with whatever it is that's coming up right now, and let the time pass, let it soak in, and then you're able to gain from it the necessary wisdom. So you don't want knowledge, you want wisdom. And knowledge to me is just knowing something. Wisdom is being able to transfer that knowledge, that awareness, to applicability, where you're able to apply it to different areas of your life and understand how to do it. Like when you understand something fully, you can literally manipulate it in so many different ways. It's not just one way. It's been, you're able to twist it and warp it in whatever shape or form that you feel fit to use it as, right? So that's what we're aiming for. That's what you need to know right now. The things that are coming up for you to process aren't, they don't require you to have immediate response. Like you don't need to immediately have a response to them right now. Just sit with them, sit with the thoughts, sit with whatever feelings that are coming up, and allow the thoughts to form on their own. So yeah, that's what I have for you, pile one. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, like, comment, subscribe to my channel. If you feel drawn to another pile, I will see you there. If not, then this is where we part ways, pile one. Thank you so much again for being here, and I hope you have a lovely day/evening, whatever time that you're watching this. Bye. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the green card, oh, we're twinning. Green. If you chose the green card or the compassion card, then this is your reading. So right off the bat, pile two, I'm feeling like you're feeling the thump a dump. Okay, I feel like Una experience some heart opening experiences, like I don't know, some small things happening around you, and it's like before you wouldn't have taken notice, or it wouldn't have moved you to the point that they are now. Like you wouldn't necessarily have a reaction to certain things happening, but as of lately you've noticed that you're kind of feeling, you know, a little funny in the chest. Relax. It's not a heart attack, or at least I don't think it is. If you feel like it is, please seek medical attention. This is not the place for it, my dear. This is not the place, okay? But that aside, medical issues aside, you may be experiencing a little bit of tingling here and there. Oh, I'm sorry. I heard something creepy. Anyways, So you may be experiencing some heart opening moments where it's like you're starting to feel this open, like it literally feels like your chest is opening up, like you can feel more air going into your lungs, and you feel more like exposed in this area. You may be even drawn to wearing low cut blouses if you're a female. Maybe if you're a male, then you probably feel more inclined to go shirtless as of lately. Whatever the case may be, it's like this area right here needs exposure, wants to be out. And that's no coincidence. I feel like you guys are really having that heart opening moment, and I feel like it's preparing you for something that you may have been manifesting for a while. I feel like it has something to do with some sort of connection or connections in your life. Yeah, I feel like that's what's happening. So before I delve into this energy even further, let's clear out the energy of the previous pile so that we don't have any remnants of it before we start our affirmators to see what they have to say about what this green card or the compassion card represents for you guys, pile 2. We're getting there. Okay. All right, so for the affirmators, what do you guys have? Spirits of ancestors and spiritual guides of pile 2, what is the card that you want to represent? Pile 2, please. Spirits of parachute and compassion, ancestors of pile 2, what is the card? Ooh, y'all, your guides. So this happened to pile 1 as well. They had 2 cards, and now you guys got 2 cards. So the 2 that you guys got are grace and commitment. Okay, grace and commitment for pile 2. So I'm going to read them for you. So grace, I face disagreements with grace and flow through the ups and downs of my relationships without getting thrown off center. With grace, I'm able to keep my cool, be my best self, and not to resort to name calling, even when that crappy poo-poo face is being a douchey barf monster. Commitment, I willingly accept that it's safe to topple my walls and commit completely to a relationship. It might be one that's already here or one that's on its way. Either way, those walls have gotta go. Without them, I can go further, feel freer, and love bigger than ever before. Bonus, no walls means I'll save a lot of money on picture frames. Need I say more? Like, do I need to say more, pal, too? Do I need to say more? This thing up here, it's opening up because I feel like a relationship of some sort is coming into fruition for you guys, something that you've been manifesting. So with grace, again, I'm going to read this card. I don't know if I feel called to do it again. I face disagreements with grace and flow through the ups and downs of my relationships without getting thrown off center. With grace, I'm able to keep my cool, be my best self, and not resort to name calling, even though that crappy poo-poo face is being a douchey barf monster. Right off the bat, I feel like you guys have had some issues when it comes on to like relating to others. So it may be a case where not just in friendships but relationships as well, it's like you constantly have your walls up. It's like you want to be expressive, but at the same time you fear what expressiveness may cause or basically bring on to you. It's like you are so afraid of giving people ammunitions, like ways or access to like being able to hurt you, pile 2. It's like if let's say something happened, you had a disagreement with another person, instead of being open and vulnerable and just expressing how this disagreement affects you or what this person's actions or maybe even your own actions, how they make you feel, it's like you would clam up and just distance yourself entirely from a person, not necessarily giving a space for communication so that things can be resolved. It's like if something happens and you deem it as irrevocable, like you cannot, the person cannot redeem themselves or things cannot be mended, then you simply distance yourself. And I know that the type of culture that we have as the current generation, is like most people will tell you how easy it is to cut somebody off. There's been many interruptions in the past lately, like I don't even understand. Anyways, so the type of culture that we have right now is just like it's so easy to cut somebody off if they cross a boundary, or if they violate you, even if they're not aware that they did so. It's like most people don't even give an opportunity, or give people the opportunity to sort of express or explain certain things to them. Like the person could completely be oblivious on how something affects you, but because you're not expressing yourself, because you're not opening up this thing right here, this shot, this heart space, it's like you hold grudges, pal, too. It's like, I don't even want to call it grudges. Some of you may hold grudges. For other people, it's not as deep as a grudge, but it's definitely a case where if somebody does something and you view it as a transgression, it's like they cannot come back from it. It's like once you've seen that side, or once you've seen them do something, it's like you cannot, like there's a lack of forgiveness. And this card again is labeled compassion. So it's like you don't have compassion for people. Like I feel like for you, pal, so you have a tendency of putting people in like you have a tendency of having these extreme expectations of people, like wanting them to act a certain type of way and function all together in the relationship, and when they don't, you view it as a threat, or you view it as a slight against yourself, like a slight against you. And honestly, like I said, some people are completely oblivious to it. So I feel like because of that sort of mindset, pile, so what do you need to hear right now, or what you need to hear right now is you need to allow yourself to mend that. Like I feel like you guys are partially holding back from allowing your heart chakra to truly open. And I feel like the one of the blockages that may be there is feeling that if you are compassionate and forgiving and open, then you may just land yourself in another uncomfortable situation, and that's not true, pile two. That is definitely not that's not true. And I know you know that it's not true. Like it's very easy. Probably you guys should listen to pile one. I'm recommending you guys, if you feel called to that, is to definitely check out pile one, because they had a very insightful message about this. Sometimes when you react in a particular way, when something happens and you don't give yourself time to really process it, but you immediately start to allow your thoughts to fill in the gaps, fill in the spaces, the gray areas. It's like the thoughts can become very destructive on their own, because they are coming from a place of irrationality, insecurity, everything that you could think of that you don't want to feed into. It's like they brew from a place of cloudedness, like you don't have clarity, you're not level-headed. So it's like it's very easy to go off the handle, sort of, when it comes on to understanding what just took place. So with that said, pile two, let this right here open up. Okay, honey, let it open up, because I do feel like some of you guys have, it's a mixture. Some of you guys have friends coming in, new friends coming in. They're going to be showing you what it's like to really be vulnerable, and not just vulnerable, but what it's like to have open heart-to-heart conversations with people, especially about things that make you uncomfortable, because this is going to be setting the pace for future interactions that I feel like are going to be super big for you. I feel like this year, if nobody has ever told you, this year is going to be like big as hell for you, pal, too. I don't want to jump into predictions. I may just do another video on that, but from what I'm getting off of this, I feel like you are going to be led into some really powerful connections, because I feel like they are going to be catapulting you into some really, really abundant energy, if you haven't already experienced it or started experiencing it. For others of you, I do feel like you have some sort of romantic relationship coming in, where you're gonna have to have this open. I keep saying, open this up, Huntsy. Open this up. I'm being called to make some recommendations about what you can do to help that thing along. Probably you guys can Get some peppermint oil, dilute it with whatever carrier oil that you have. Get some peppermint oil and just rub that chest area. Get that get that area nice and loose, okay? Actually, the chest recommendations are basically recommendations that you would have used, anything that you would have used, like when you have like a nasty cough or anything, like things that, even home remedies, things that you would have normally done if you had like the cold and a cough, like you just wanted to get that, loosen up that phlegm. Things that you'd have done to loosen that up so that it could be expelled. It's pretty much what you're going to be doing at this point, because right here is clogged. It's clogged, pantu, and honestly, when I need for loosen it up, like when I need for go bring it up, okay, you need to bring it up so that you can get that, get the loving that you truly deserve. So that's all I have for you, pal. Too. I hope these messages were, solid with you. I hope they resonated well. If they did, let me know in the comment section. If not, you know, like, I want to know. So please let me know how these resonate. Um, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Okay, I want to see you back here, pal. Too. I want to see you back here. So, if you feel called or drawn to another pile, feel free to come and, join me in the next pile, about to do pile number 3. Or if you feel drawn to, definitely check out pile 1, because I do feel like that message is applicable to you as well. If not, if this is where we part, pile 2, I hope you have a wonderful day/evening until my next upload. Bye. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose the orange card /sexual energy. All right, so right off the bat, pile 3, you may be experiencing some serious sacral chakra upgrades. So you may be feeling more inclined to let your hair down and basically dress yourself up, like your confidence is just gone all the way up, or you're about to experience that. I also feel like you guys are feeling a little bit more sexual. I know this is not an 18+ reading, but I'm just going to be completely honest with uno goodly feel like uno want, it's a sacral chakra. You may be inclined to feel a little bit more, you know so I'm trying to keep it PG, but basically you may be inclined to feel a little bit more like you want to, share in that, revel and share in your sacral chakra energy with others, participate and intermingle and whatnot, which, hey, I'm no judge. I don't judge anybody. If that's what you want to do, baby, go ahead and do that. But in any case, I do feel like you guys are feeling a major boost in your creativity levels. Ooh, child, let me blot. Hold on, guys. Ooh, ooh, it's hot. I'm sorry, but you may be feeling more inclined to get creative, like maybe collaborate with a few people, as well as you have some ideas up here that want to be expressed in the 3D. So you may be getting inclinations. Maybe your dreams as of lately have been really vivid, like maybe ideas that you have, they are coming to life in your dreams to give you like that depth. It's like they're fleshing themselves out in your dreams to give that depth, so that you can feel even more invigorated to go ahead and unleash them on the 3D realm. So let's get some clarity with our affirmators deck. But before clearing out the energies of the first 2 piles, spirits of the highest truth and compassion, spirit guides of pile 3, as well as ancestors, I ask that you come through. Ancestors that mean pile 3, they mean pure of heart. Oh my god, I'm getting messy with the prayers, but spirit guides that actually have positive and loving intent and divine divine intentions towards pile 3. I ask that you come through with these messages, please. Come through. All right, let's get into it. All right. Let's go. Affirmators, what do you have to say about the orange card, aka pile 3? What do you have to say? Please, short and sweet messages, because we don't want to be here for too long. It's hot. As I looked up, I saw 333 on my timer. So you know the vibes. 3, creativity. You don't know. Collaboration. Clarity. That's right. So we have acceptance and surrender being your 2 cards. All the piles had 2 cards. So I just figure it's a 2 card type of thing. I'm not complaining. The guides, the ancestors, they come through with what they want to come through. So you got acceptance and surrender. For surrender, it reads, hear ye, you are hereby being called to unclench your grip on any old thought patterns that are getting in your way. Surrender any ideas that make you feel like a victim of circumstance or which make your dream relationship seem like an impossibility. The mayor of reinvention has just arrived and has made the following decree. Limiting beliefs about yourself and your life are heretofore forthwith officially and indubitably declared for the birds. Okay? The next card reads acceptance. When I get to know new people, I accept their actual traits rather than the ones I project on them. Same goes for not new people I already know. Acceptance is a delicate art that reminds us everyone is their own unique self and we can't expect them to be everything but. Man, how do these snowflakes do it? So what I feel for you guys, what do you need to hear right now, pile 3? It's as clear as day. Surrender and accept what kind of changes you're feeling prompted to make in your life. It's not coincidence. It's not you being impulsive or not having an understanding of who you are, what you want. This is a cause or call for reinvention. Sometimes when we have lived a particular way and we feel like we feel like that's our true personality or how we really are. The truth is experiences do shape us. In fact, trauma changes the brain. Okay, like it's scientifically proven, it changes the brain. So sometimes when you feel like you know yourself or you feel like you have a clear understanding of who you are, when you get into this space of wanting to not just understand why you do the things that you do but wanting to feel fulfillment or whatnot, you're gonna start to notice that there are things that originally you felt like you didn't resonate. They start kicking in, and suddenly you want more of it, and you love what you love what it's bringing to you. And then for other things, you realize that they weren't really something that they weren't really a part of you. Like there was always a disconnect, but the disconnect wasn't too noticeable or you could tolerate it really well. So even if you didn't necessarily feel fulfilled by something, it was okay to continue along out of convenience or anything else of the sorts. So I feel like at this time, pile 3, you guys are being pushed to allow yourselves to reinvent yourself in whatever way possible that you feel called to. I'm feeling called to share my personal experience. As of recently, I cut my hair. Okay. I cut my hair. Okay. I had my afro and everything, and I've been growing it out since last year. And something that I realized for me personally is, even though I'm pretty new on my spiritual journey, I've been on there since 2020, actually, last 2 years or so. I've noticed even before my awakening that I had a tendency to cut my hair. So sometimes things would happen to me, and as if it's to, as if I wanted a clean slate, I would always go to my barber shop and get my hair cut. Like even if it's a case where there's nothing wrong with my hair, nothing wrong with my scalp, it's like I just wanted to feel fresh again or renewed, I'd always go get a haircut. And it's been a while since I did it. Like the last time I cut my hair was last year. Actually, the year before, 2020 was when I cut my hair again, and I maintained it all the way up until April of last year. And then after then, I grew it out. So basically, this week, I grew it out to this week. and it was pretty fluffy. And I went on Monday and I chopped my hair off and I felt rejuvenated. And of course, I had people around me that were basically saying, "Oh no, you should have you grew your hair so long. You grew your hair. Why you want to cut it off?" And I couldn't really explain to people why or what about it that made me feel this way, but I just needed to feel fresh again. Like, when you've closed, I feel like for you guys it's similar. When you feel like when a cycle has been closed, like a cycle closes out for you guys, it's like you go through a major reset, and the reset could literally manifest physically for you in forms like this, where you get your hair cut, or you start reinventing your wardrobe, or maybe it's a case where you actually physically move homes, like you switch homes, right? You transition. Some sort of transition happens in the 3D to kind of signify what has taken place on the 4D 5D level. So I feel like for you guys, with the sacral chakra energy, with the orange card and these two cards, surrender and acceptance, it's as plain as day. Right now you are being called to allow yourself to transition comfortably into what is beckoning to you. I feel like there's a bunch of different things opening up for you, pile 3, and you guys are kind of being a little bit stubborn because you may be thinking these things may not be for you. Originally you had some really harsh solid thoughts on them, but now it's like you're opening up to what they could be, what they potentially could be for you right now. So simply allow that, like allow it to happen. See what is really clicking with you. Don't just have this resistance to it because it didn't originally call or beckon to you before. Now it's gonna start resonating. Like, things before that didn't resonate, they're gonna start hitting right now, and you should definitely lean into it and see where it takes you, because I do feel like some major collaborations are happening. As well as pile 3, I feel like you guys are in need of feeling fresh again. You may have been feeling worn out and beaten down, and it's like certain things don't feel the same for you, maybe even relationships or whatnot. You want to just let some of them go, allow yourself to fall into whatever is opening up for you. Like, don't be stubborn or resistant of the changes that want to happen. These things are happening for you and not against you. They are trying to help make your life or your way of living a much smoother and healthier. So with that said, pile 3, thank you so much for joining me here. If this message resonated with you, definitely let me know in the comment section, as well as if you feel called. So the previous piles, definitely go have at it. I'm gonna put the timestamps down in the description box so you can always visit them. But yeah, if you haven't already, definitely like and subscribe to this channel, my dears. Until the next upload, see you soon and take care.